Your thoughts on this, which is just here's where my pushback on you is, Kyle. You're very rightfully dunking on Biden's sleepiness and all these very like obvious flaws, but you're critiquing him for not having this like big vision. Like it just seems like I'm going to do a Donald Rumsfeld quote, like you go to war with the army you have, not the army you want. As a Democrat, you're going to politics with the Biden you have, not the Biden you want. Like, given the constraints they're illustrating, like, what do you actually want him to do?
So that's actually a great question, and that kind of translates it or transfers into what we were going to talk about next. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, first and foremost, what you have to do is brag about the good stuff that you actually did. That's what every president does in one of these speeches. So right off the bat, I would brag about the fact that Biden raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour for all federal government employees and federal government contractors. That's something I would really be aggressive on. The other thing is he did a right to repair. Remember that for the farmers. Now, most people don't know what it is. That was a huge deal. Yeah. Most people don't know what that is, but he has an opportunity to explain it to people. He used to be like forced to take your equipment into John Deere and then pay them to fix your stuff. And then now he said, no, that's crazy. You have a right to repair your own stuff. Pulling out of Afghanistan is something else that I would do. One of the things that's not talked about nearly as much as it should be is that he actually massively reduced the drone war, too. Massively reduce the drone war. So those are some of the things that I would brag about if I was him. But the other thing I would do is, look, I would go full, almost like Joker mode if I was Biden, and I would call out the exact people who are blocking his agenda, and I would be specific about why they're blocking it. I would say, it's the Republican Party, and then you got Kirsten Sinema, you got Joe Manchin, and these people are taking a tremendous amount of money from giant corporations, and then they're blocking all these basic things that everybody wants according to the polling. And I have some of the polling in front of me right now. So people want Medicare price reduction or, lowering drug prices. That's 73% popular. That's being blocked. Lowering the Medicare age, 59% popular. Universal pre-K, 59% popular. Tuition-free community college, 58% popular. The list goes on here. Extending the child tax benefit. That's 9 points over water. And then, of course, the tax hikes. All these things are being tax hikes on the wealthy, I should be clear. All these things are being blocked by those people right there. And the reason why they're blocking it is because they're corrupt and because they're bought by their donors. So I want you to know who the problem is, and I want you to know that I'm going to work around that. And what I'm going to do, as soon as I'm done with this speech, is go sign an executive order on eliminating student loan debt. Let's do free college by doing rolling student loan debt elimination, which you can do through executive order. I would go down a whole list of things. I'm going to legalize marijuana, or at the very least decriminalize it, and I'll do it through executive order. That's something that polls at like 60, 70% now. But again, I don't think he has it in him. I just don't think he just doesn't agree with the things I'm saying.
Well,
so
I think this gets to what Marshall was saying, which is at the end of the day, Biden is who he is. All right, like he's got one strength. He's a pretty empathetic guy.
Ice cream Joe's gone.
Yeah,
we had it for a brief shining moment, but it's over.
Here's what I will say. I mean, he is the one who told us to measure him against FDR. Right. I mean, they were the ones who set up that,
the portrait in there. Which
I mean, his team, they were the ones going out there and telling everyone this is going to be FDR and this is as transformational as FDR. And I also would say, and I've kind of changed my thinking on this. When he was running for president, I was like, he's running on nothing. I mean, return to normal, that's nothing. But actually, return to normal can be interpreted as an extraordinarily maximalist kind of a thing, because I mean, what does that mean for people? I think when people think about normal, they're not just thinking about, hey, we're going to take off masks. They're thinking about some time in their life where things felt like they were working and like America was moving forward, and we had confidence and we had optimism that, things for our kids are going to be better than how they are for us. And so on the one hand, it seemed like kind of a nothing of a statement and framing for the election. On the other hand, it set people up to project a big vision on what that meant to them that he clearly has failed to deliver on.